Throughout our daily life, we often hide behind so many different masks in order to fit in, to be accepted, to not be judged. But all that does is it keeps us really from being our true, authentic self. And oftentimes that can happen when, let's say, you're in the spiritual closet. You don't really want people to know that you have gifts. You're on the spiritual journey and you're holding back. You're playing small. You're not showing your authentic self. So throughout your life, you may have noticed that you're wearing a lot of masks because, like I said, you don't want to be judged by other people, or you don't want to be rejected for being different than what they perceive to be normal, right? But the thing is, it is keeping you from really being your true self. It's keeping you from being your authentic self, and it causes an inner disconnect as well, because deep down you are this beautiful soul self, but on the outside you are presenting yourself as a different person because, like I said, you don't want to be judged. You want to feel like you're fitting in, because it doesn't always feel good when you don't fit in, when you feel like you're totally from a different world and no one gets you, no one understands you. But us spiritual beings, us awakening souls, we are different, but it's not bad. It's a good thing. We are here to make an impact. We are living a higher life, a more purposeful life. And you're never meant to hide any parts of you. You're never meant to hold back in any way. You are meant to be your authentic self. And in this video, I was guided to share with you a powerful light language activation to help you activate and integrate and also embrace your truest authentic self, your soul self. Because with this activation, my intention is to really help you connect to that, to feel empowered enough to be your authentic self, to not hold back, to really come out there like, hey, yes, this is who I am. This is my authentic me, without holding back, without wearing masks or hiding behind masks or anything like that, but to also help you really feel more aligned, feel more centered, and also feel more awake as well. So if you would like to join me in this beautiful activation to activate and integrate your truest soul self, then please join me here by putting both feet on the ground. Get centered, get grounded, get present here and now. Just take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love. And when you breathe out, just drop into your heart and then close your eyes. Open yourself up to this beautiful activation because it is to your highest and greatest good. And you may call upon your soul, your team of guides, your higher self if you so wish, as I too now call upon the highest and best, most loving angelic guides, galactic guides, dragon guides, and light beings that can best support us now in this activation. Please step forward, connect with us, uplift us by your high frequency light. Prepare us for this activation. Uplift our spirit, uplift our consciousness to really be open to receiving that what is to our highest and greatest good. And we ask for assistance and please healing any wounds that causes us to hide behind all the many masks that we wear on a daily basis. And please collapse any and all timelines of hurt, pain, and trauma that has taught us it is safer to hide our truest self. And please heal our heart and our high heart and our soul heart of any interferences, any programmings, imprints, traumatic and painful events, any hooks and spells and distortions that we're not ready to heal from. And please open us up and prepare us to once again connect with, welcome, and embrace our truest soul self. And please activate at the deepest level our truest soul self essence. Help us integrate and embody our truest soul self. And please infuse courage, strength, and conviction within our being so we may fully embrace our truest soul self, so we can become and be the highest expression of ourself, our truest soul self, our authentic self from here on out. And please help us experience this deep inner connection to our authentic, truest soul self. And please anchor this within our being, within our essence, and our vibrational signature. And so this. Nora nakaiku ura nakataena ralakete euste. Ora kataena rakataen nukurukutu unna. Nuku ostara lere el urana a. Nuku uranaka eku urana eku uruka a ela. Le rachte urana esturu u. Urana esturu unna ea. Nuku ustayana e waneke e ku urachtachte nur acht e ku uracht en uracht a e nuk ur astar at ura nuk ur akaai ku ur ana a nuku ustur ana nuku ust ur ake e ku ur ane ku urachate nale luka e kurana e ku nuku urana ake e est urushtu urukutu u naka e ku urana a e luruku urukutu unna na e kur a ek ur na ek ur ach e un at u. Feel that truest soul self-steering deep within your being, now ready to be activated, now ready to be acknowledged, and also ready to be embraced. Open yourself up to that steering within. Welcome it. Open up. Kinnarakare ku urna he kurna era lai kurna e kurna a no atere elai ku urna e ku urana e ku urai ku ste lakai kurna e ku urai ku una no ate ele lane el ar ai ura ana hai ku urai ku uste no atere el ereta e uran el ar ai ku uruku ahi nuku uranai ku uran el ere. Now you may become aware of any of those masks that you're hiding behind. The mask of protection, of perseverance, of hiding that part within you. The mask of inauthenticity. Bring up all these masks, all these aspects of yourself that you're hiding behind or that you wish to hide because you're afraid of what other people may say, how they may react, what they may do. Become aware of these aspects of yourself, these parts of yourself, and allow yourself to transcend them into a more empowered version of you, accepting each and every part of you, all these parts of you that you may reject, that you may ignore, that you may neglect. Allow yourself to become aware of these now, without judgment, without negative feelings towards yourself or even anger. Just allow yourself to become aware of them and allow them to transmute, to transcend. Kerachtere elur naiku uranaiku uralere aiku urana ahi nuku ku uraiku urana alera naiku urana kate elurana atere elane naiku urana aeuna ale ere era are ere ura anaiku urane ku ura nakaiku unaiku una ate etu uta aetuta. You may even become aware of any fears that you hold about being your authentic self. Become aware of those fears and also allow yourself to transmute them into love and light, because you are meant to be the authentic self of you. You are a beautiful soul being, never meant to hide behind anything, anyone, or even reject or resist. Kurakate ku unai ku urana alera kete enu ura nake ku urana ka eku urande eku urana kate ekete elea ki una ane una a nake ku urai ku urake una kate ku tu una kata nukuta ala kata ai ku urana kate ekatu una ke uta ane ke etu nake kuna ukate inai ku una. Also leave behind the past of what has been, any experience you've had where you had maybe negative experience of being your authentic self. Now let that dissolve into nothingness where it came from, replacing it with a sense of courage, with a sense of conviction, of self-love, of self-acceptance. Kukai ku unakatekete inakatai ku kutu unaki utai ku uai kutu unakataika nukura nakateketu nakate inukutu ulakateketu unakatai kutakatai kuta ane nukukurkata ane kete elukutai ku unaki uta a enuta e uta nake iku unakta aha. Allow yourself to be uplifted now. Ready yourself to meeting your soul self, your truest and most authentic self of you. Lift yourself up, open yourself up to welcoming in your authentic, truest self. Kerachtara alle ainu rachtai kurna katai ai kurra nurana aleru urana ane elurana ku naki unahate inukurna kata nukurukutu urane le elahi ai ku urana nukurukutu unake ena nukurane ki elura kata ai una ate nukuruku uta a ena atena in ata. Now embrace your truest self. Embrace all parts within you, without you, all around you. Embrace all of you, the totality of you. Embrace it, accept it. See yourself now rising in frequency, in the essence of who you are as you embody your truest, authentic self. Kela rachenuranai kuranai luka ache kuranai kurana elanera ai e nukurana alera alerunara alena nastiruate nuate ai unara ala ane ai ku urnaka e ku urane nuku utai ku urane ane luku urane ra ale ura nai ku uraste nuste rachtara ale eru. Now anchor this within your being, anchoring in this activation that this is you from this point forward. We also wish to infuse you and download within your consciousness the essence of courage, of self-love. So you will from this point forward be your truest, authentic self, embracing it at all times, never hiding, never dimming your light, never resisting or rejecting any parts of you, but embracing your wholesome self, your truest, authentic self. Kerachtara lerunai urai kuranere lere elura anai kura nuanere elara a iwane ku urna nu uranaiku na an el al ur an aiku uste in al a nu urna ache uste ehe. This transmission is now complete. You have received this upgrade, this activation to integrate and embrace your truest authentic self. Now you may go on about your day, staying in this embodied state of being as that truest, authentic you. Blessed be, beloved, blessed be. Now you may take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love, and let it just settle for a moment. The energy is still quite strong as things are settling. So just give it a moment. Give it a moment. Just let it settle. Embrace it. Don't resist it. Don't reject it. Just embrace it. Let it settle. Maybe take another deep breath in and breathe in light and love and just let it anchor. Let it anchor into your being. And then whenever you're ready, you may open up your eyes again and join me for the rest of this video. Welcome back. Now, there was definitely a lot of energy, especially in the beginning. I could feel like how it was being pulled from deep within. I could feel like this tingling in my body, this quickening in my body. So I'm curious to know, what was your experience with this activation? Were you able to really see your truest, authentic self? Could you feel that inner, like really being pulled up? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. While you're at it, maybe even hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Maybe share it with someone that you think could benefit from hearing this. Maybe someone that is not feeling like their true self. Maybe you feel like they're always hiding behind masks. Definitely share it with them. I would greatly appreciate that. But now the way you can make the most out of this activation is, for one, you definitely want to let it settle for a little bit. It may have triggered you for a moment, and here just, tune into what was triggering to you. Maybe it's the fear of really stepping out there, and then maybe do some more work around that, just becoming aware of like, what are those fears around really being your truest, authentic self. And then maybe re-listen to this again, because sometimes, whatever is holding you back requires your acknowledgement, and then you can release and you can let it go, because then you can say, well, I don't want to feel this way no more, right? So then you can make that conscious choice that I want to release it, I want to do something about it, I want to let that go. But if you don't feel that resistance, if you don't feel anything coming up, then still let it settle for a moment. Give it a little bit of time. Drink a lot of water so you can really hydrate yourself. Maybe write a little bit. A journal about like, who are you really? Who is your truest, authentic self? Maybe you have received a vision as I was channeling, as I was guiding you through this activation. Maybe write down, what did you see? What did you experience? Who are you really deep within? Maybe even go into kind of like a meditative state to just kind of connect with your truest, authentic self. Maybe call forth your truest, authentic self. And you can do that by simply saying, like really tuning in, like, okay, I now call forth my truest, authentic self. Please step forward and connect with me now. And maybe feel that inner sitting up. At least that's what I've experienced whenever I do that. And just then connect with like, okay, hello, truest self. Tell me about yourself. Who are you? What is your essence? Have a conversation with your truest self. Get to know your truest self like a really good friend. Maybe make that like a practice on a day-to-day basis to connect with your truest self, your truest, authentic self. And then also pay attention to whenever you're feeling like you're hiding, you're holding back, you're dimming your light, you're kind of stepping into the background. Pay attention when that happens, and then become aware of that, and then choose not to dim your light. And here I just want to mention something, because you can hold back in a still empowered way. So in the beginning, when I started with the spiritual and, I was around people, I actually used to go to BNI. That's like a business networking event. And over there, people weren't really open to all that woo-woo stuff, right? So whenever I talked about, like, I do readings, I do Akashic records and energy healing and whatnot, I could see them kind of shift in their chair, and they just kind of looked at me like with that blank stare, like, is she crazy, right? So in the beginning, it bothered me. So I felt like I was like tuning down, I was like kind of holding back, dimming my light, like, ooh, please don't judge me, right? But then after a while, I was like, I'm not going to hold back. So then what I did instead was, like, whenever I meet someone and they ask me what I do, I'm like, yeah, I'm like a spiritual coach. I do spiritual life coaching. And then I just kind of tune in to kind of feel like, okay, what's their energy like? If they're like, okay, cool, oh, that's interesting, then I can go a little bit more. Yeah, I do psychic work. I work with the Akashic records. I don't know if you're familiar with that or whatnot. So I kind of test the waters, but never from a point of view like I'm dimming my light. I'm still very empowered. I'm just kind of seeing, okay, are they ready for me to just go full-blown woo-woo on them? Or do I need to be gentle with them? But never from a point of view of me dimming my light. It's a choice. I choose to not overshare, but it's not me dimming my light. So here you can do that too. If you can still be empowered, be your authentic self, just maybe not share as much. And like I said, this is not about you holding back or, dimming your light or whatnot. It's like a choice that you just don't overshare, because you know that they're really not ready for that, right? So you just want to avoid any kind of confrontation that could then may push you to say, ooh, I gotta dim my light, I gotta hold back, right? And then also here, then maybe find people that really get you, that understand you, that are kind of like-minded. It will make it an easier, but you can still be your authentic self in an empowered way, even around people that don't get what you do, that don't really understand, or that would look at you funny if you were to overshare. So like I said, there is a difference of how you go about that. But you never want to hold back. You never want to dim your light. Like I said, there's a choice of how to go about it without the oversharing. But like I said, that is not diminishing your light. That is not dimming your light, okay? But just keep an eye out for that when any instances where you feel like you're dimming your light, you're holding back, you're not your authentic self. And then really tune into that. Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like you can be your truest authentic self? And then maybe re-listen to this activation again. Okay, but thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Now be sure to check out this video. That's another activation about activating your prosperity self, your prosperous self. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.